On your left.
On my left. Got it. Don't say it. Don't you say
On
it.
your left.
Come on! What's up, guys? It's Alex.
It's Quinn.
It's Iconic Comic, and we are back with the On Your Left podcast, episode 11. It's been a while since we did a podcast, so let's go ahead and... Hey, why don't we do a podcast?
Yeah, let's podcast.
Before we get into this podcast, make sure you guys go over to tblocks.com. We talk about these guys all the time. It's a really cool geek t-shirt subscription service that you can go on. You can pick your interest, and you're not going to get the same shirt as everyone else, which is a really cool concept. And if you use our code IconicTBX, you can save 10% off of your order. So go on and check those guys out. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. T-shirts.
Iconic Comic.
Marvel.
So, I was actually listening to one of our previous podcasts the other night. It came up in my suggested feed, and I was like, I'll see how it sounds.
You listen to ourselves.
I wanted to see how it sounded.
You don't hear yourself enough?
Well. And it was the one where we were talking about the 50,000 calorie cheat day challenge. And I was listening to it and listening to our plan for it. And honestly, it's not a bad plan. Like, we laid out a pretty good framework, but we're still like nowhere close to being deserving of a day like that.
No, I don't even know what we would do to earn such.
Your mic was falling.
I don't know what we would do to earn like just that torture. My mic is having.
You need to tighten up the screws. Isn't there a mic tightener thing?
No, there's not.
Yeah, tighten up the screw. It's right there.
No.
This part.
No, it needs to tighten here. Oh,
Yep.
well.
Yep.
Clearly, we haven't done this in a while. It's fine. So, okay, we're good. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, we haven't... I don't even know what we would have to do to be able to earn such a monumentous cheat day.
Just be shredded, like...
You see, that's the thing. I like beer too much.
I think, eventually, I think we should lower it. I don't think 50,000 is I think it's doable, but I don't think
50,000 a piece. No, not.
I was going to say.
No, like total.
Yeah, so like 25,000 each, basically. Or like 40,000 and 10,000. Like, because, I was listening to it and I was like, honestly, I feel like I could do it, but we're going to throw up. Like,
and didn't I say that in that podcast?
Yeah. Like,
I said it a lot. Like, I'm throwing up. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not throwing up. Wrong. Fake news. You're not throwing up.
It was I think what you said, and I think it's exactly because, like, at the end of the night, I was like, we need to get a big tub of cookie dough. And it's like, that's when I throw up. And I'm like, no, you won't. And you're like, yes, I will. It's like, no, you won't. No, it's okay. I will.
It's like, I'm going to have to throw up. It's not even going to be like something my body just does. Like, actually, before I eat that, I need to go throw up. Like, I need to do this and take care of this myself.
But I was kind of getting excited though. Like, listening to it.
You got really excited.
Like,
it was
just
disgusting.
The different food, like the thing I would love to do, even if it's not a part of that cheat day, is just do a big dirty lift. So like, what?
I mean, it's, you know what? I'm gonna let that one go.
Like, just heavy weights, just bench press, squat, deadlift, barbell curls, just heavy weights, and then post workout meal, Chinese buffet. That still sounds awesome. Like,
it sounds awesome right now.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, I would love to do that. All them just straight up carbo load afterwards. But then we started talking about the Little Debbies.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't the same podcast. It was a different one where you were like, I started to get scared thinking about Swiss rolls and like zebra cakes. And you were talking about how you were just imagining in your head just like a zebra cake
frolicking
in the tall grass, like prancing Swiss rolls. and they'd get attacked by like a bear claw. Like this is a nightmare you had. Or honey buns.
Pastries.
Fuck. So if you guys haven't listened to that podcast, go check that one out. We lay out our whole 50,000 calorie day. Basically what we would have to do if we're planning on just doing 25 each, just cut the day in half.
Was that second episode?
It was like 2 or 3. I think it might have been the third episode.
It's the title of the podcast.
Yeah, it's just 50,000 calories. And I feel like it would get a lot of views if we like recorded a video, like an eating day video. Not like I don't want to just record us eating food the whole day, but
yeah,
it's tough because some people don't believe you.
Me?
No, like
those
videos.
Like, me? I didn't even do anything. What are you talking about?
Like those videos that are like 25,000 calorie cheat day. Some people don't believe it. That it's like one day, like that someone like. Oh, sorry.
I feel like we'll have a lot of that day too.
Somebody like spliced the video together. Way to get around that.
You have the hiccups.
A way to get around that would be to like live stream some of it, I guess, and then splice those together. Here, you start talking because I got to hold my breath for like 10 seconds.
Oh, thank God! I'm gonna stop talking for 10 seconds. Now I don't know. It's also going to be a lot of money too, because you said going to like Red Lobster, like
no, it wasn't Red Lobster. It was Steakhouse.
Okay,
even worse.
Still, like going to a steakhouse. That's
it's easily like a $300 day. It's a lot of money. We need
a piece.
Go support us if you want to see this challenge go down. Go support us on Patreon. We just had another supporter jump on there. So if you really want to see this happen, become a patron.
You're going to pay for the meals.
And you want to see us throw up on camera.
Oh, God.
I really hope, like in a live stream, like just just open up and all right. But I do think eventually we should attempt some sort of challenge, but I think we need to earn it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like I've lost 10 pounds in the last 5 weeks on this
the
plan we're doing.
Yeah.
Or you just finished. But I want to like actually feel like I look really good, and then just throw it all to hell, like just throw it in the garbage. I feel like if you confine it to one day though, it's not going to be too bad. Like in the long run, you know what I mean? Like if you did that for like a week, like in a row, that would be pretty bad. But if you just combined it to one day, took a nice shit the next day.
Why don't you ask your nutrition coach?
He probably would advise against it.
It's like,
I feel like doctors...
you need to consult your physician before you attempt this.
I feel like doctors would advise against it as well. 50,000 calories in a day, I feel like isn't healthy for anybody. What the 2,000 is like...
That's unhealthy for bears.
Like 2,000 calories a day is supposed to be like the human, like what you need right there. So it's times 25. I feel like you could actually pull it off though if like you all like drank a lot of sugary sodas all day too.
Yeah, I feel like our calories would come from what we drink because food's
gonna have to be half and half, like half food, half beverage.
Oh boy. But just drinking Coke, like
I love Coke though. Like I don't remember the last time I've had like a straight up
legit Coke. Like a McDonald's Coke?
Oh, like the ones that burn your mouth, like when you drink it. For some reason, it's good. McDonald's, don't they have like their own? It's like their own formula almost.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's different. Their Coke and AMC's Coke used to be the best. AMC used to have really good Coke when it was just out of the fountain, but now they got those like freestyle machines. Mm-hmm. I take them or leave them. They're okay. They do not taste as good as like the straight up separate fountain.
No, they don't.
It's because everything's coming out of the same hose, right? I think so. Well, it's coming out of the same hole. Oh my God, really?
Yeah. But they have to have separate blocks of like the syrup, that it comes from.
The actual like when it's combined comes out of the same place though.
It's the same hole.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I think that, like, Cokes and, like, Little Debbie's would be so key to that day. The meals would just, like, fill in the gaps almost.
or the other way around.
You think so?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Like,
sorry.
Because for that, we're not going grilled chicken and asparagus.
You're right.
We're going Baconators.
Ooh.
Waffles. Like,
take the buns off the Baconator, put 2 waffles on it.
And then put the buns back on for more calories.
You don't want to lose those calories.
And then dip it in ranch.
See, I'm not a big ranch guy.
Fuck you, man.
Dip it in. It's got bacon on it. Dip that burger in maple syrup. Right? Put an egg on it. Fried egg.
Oh my god.
Let's do this tomorrow.
No.
I've already texted my my nutrition coach telling him April 26th is when Infinity War comes out. I am going off my numbers. I am going to eat popcorn. I'm going to get nachos. I'm going to go crazy.
You're not even going to pay attention.
I'll get a Coke Zero.
Oh, good.
Well, I mean, I kind of become, not more of a fan, but I do like Coke Zero.
I do too. I like the taste of Coke Zero more than Coke.
Yeah,
well, not Coke Zero. Coke Zero sugar.
Oh yeah, whatever it is.
Stupid. But yeah.
I don't like the taste of Coke Zero better than Coke, but I do like the taste of like cherry Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Like cherry Coke Zero tastes like cherry Coke to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so does the vanilla Coke Zero. Like those are legitness. So, you get that, nice and healthy, large popcorn, smothered in butter. Because Infinity War, that day is going to be my I don't give a fuck day. Like, at all. You come talk to me with your problems, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I don't give a shit about you at all. Like, I don't need you dragging me down today.
Mm-hmm.
And that day is going to feel so long, like, leading up to, like, when we're sitting in the theater. Because it's just, like, every hour that goes by, it's going to be, like, 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours. But I'm for sure going to bring some, like, headphones to that theater.
Why?
Because I don't want anybody saying a goddamn thing to me. Once, because we usually get, go before the movie, we get food or whatever. They're fine, because none of us will have seen it. But when we go upstairs to the actual theater and people are coming out of their showings, earbuds are going in. I'm like, fuck you people. Like, what if, somebody walked out of the theater? It's like, oh my god, the end scene when Iron Man got killed? How pissed would you be?
I'd be really mad.
Like, would you say something?
Yeah, I'd say something.
Yeah, I would probably
I'd still watch it though.
Dude, our movie group, what they would do.
Oh my god.
like we have a guy who, back when it wasn't assigned seating, we have a friend whose basic job was to, almost like a bouncer.
Be like the bouncer for our line.
Because we would always get there early and get the front of the line to get into the theater to get the seats. And there would be these, and the line was actually a little bit away from the actual theater we would walk into, just so we wouldn't be blocking the doors and stuff. And these people would show up.
Just kind of stand in front
of the doors while there's this ginormous line back here. And at one point, all of us were just like, hey, get over here. But what made me mad was anytime we did that, the people who were just chilling in front of the doors, got mad or oh, seriously, we're waiting this line. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, you gotta wait in this line. What do you think we've been doing this whole time?
Right. And then if they were foreign people, they would pretend.
We have a lot of foreign people around here, surprisingly.
They would pretend not to understand.
It's
it's like, no,
what?
Point to you point to the back of the line. You go back of line. Which I know they understand what a line is.
The rules of a line.
Yeah, if you show up, you get to the back.
The 100 people in this line aren't just saying hi.
Yeah, it's not like a meet and greet.
Yeah, surprisingly, we have a lot of foreign people around Kentucky. A lot of people are of Asian descent, and I see them all the time. It's I'm really surprised is that I don't know if there's a company around here that
I don't know.
Hires like that.
Well,
but...
a lot of factories. I mean, they make car parts and stuff like that, and then they have them like factories that make things for factories too. A lot of manufacturing jobs are all over the world and travel.
Yeah, I don't discriminate. Just get in the back of the fucking line. Like, seriously, I don't care who you are.
I don't care what color, like what gender you claim to be.
Get in the back of the line.
Get to the back of the line.
like, of all the social like rules, that's like numero uno. Get in line. And like we would have to yell at people, or when we were going in, it was like elbows out to the sides. Yeah. Like nobody's getting through. Like, and we actually like found this really good sneak kind of passageway, because when you go into our IMAX theater, like most theaters, you walk through the doors and then you go right up the hallway and then you're in the theater. This one has one hallway going straight forward, and then about right in the middle, it cuts to the left. So there's two. No one ever went down that one to the left. So like when I started noticing like no one's going down this side, we would just
we would sprint.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we don't have to sprint anymore. Like it takes the pressure off. But like we've said, it also kind of takes something away from the experience, not of seeing the movie, but just the experience of us going there as a group. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like,
I mean, I'm there to see a movie. I don't care who's there with me.
Okay, well, that's not cool.
I'm just like with Infinity War. I'm not going because you're going.
That's true. I'm not going because you're going either.
And like, if one of us said, "Oh man, like some like real emergency came up and I can't make it," okay, bye.
Like,
no, I can't go without Quinn. No, I'm leaving you at home.
I wouldn't say that either. No, I'm saying just like, since we do go as a big group, it was fun getting there early, and you know, kind of because we would end up like making friends with other people in line.
Go and geek out together.
Yeah, I met a lot of people just in line, like just talking to people. And when we used to do the waiting the line segment.
Yeah. Now there's no line to wait.
There is no line to wait. Those were fun though. I did enjoy doing those. We'll have to try to think of something else to do, but not for Infinity War. I'm not talking to a goddamn person. Maybe after the movie, like once I've seen it, like I'll talk to somebody.
I don't know if they're bloggers or they're YouTubers, but they were there when we saw what was the last movie? Yeah, Black Panther. They were there. I don't know if they're YouTubers or bloggers or something.
YouTubers.
Yeah,
I've looked up their channel.
Okay, they can. I mean,
they were on our waiting the line segment.
Yeah. Something like if we announce when we're going, maybe people can meet us there for a meet and greet and interview, and then we see the movie.
I've thought about like on our Facebook page, like just putting up like, because you can make events like on our Facebook page, kind of like how we did for the Comic-Con stuff. Just for every time we go see a big movie, like it's going to be AMC Newport on the Levee, you know, Newport, Kentucky. This is the time of our showing.
Be there, be square.
Be there, be square. Yeah, if you want to actually see the movie with us, you know, buy a ticket for that showing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool. Let's get an entire theater of people.
Yeah. You know what I thought? When we go see Infinity War,
oh God,
we have to do Avengers Assemble.
Oh, like the theater?
Avengers.
Didn't we do that for Ultron too?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we got it. We have to. And if somebody doesn't say that in this movie, like somebody better say it.
Like a solid 3 times. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Like Cap's either. Yeah, I feel like it should be Cap, but like somebody needs to say it. Okay, either in this movie or Avengers 4.
No, I mean like you and I.
I know.
Okay,
but I'm saying also somebody needs to say that in a Marvel movie, like for reals, because if I need to hear it, because they teased us in Age of Ultron.
What if he dies like this?
Avengers?
And then dies.
I'll be
pissed
off.
Gosh. I'd be mad for so many reasons. Like, they teased us with Avengers Assemble when Cap's like, Avengers, and then...
He never really said that. Like, he never said Assemble.
No.
Because Joss Whedon said if he did say it, even if it wasn't in the movie, they would have put it in a trailer.
That's true.
Like, so every time Chris Evans did it, he just went, Avengers, and then that's
Apricots.
it. Like, he would just open his mouth and wait, and then camera would cut. I feel like somebody needs to say it, but it might not be in this movie. It might be the next one.
Rocket says it?
I want to even see if they explain the whole Avengers dynamic to the Guardians. Like, this is who we are. We're the Avengers. We're a team. Rocket's just like, sound like a bunch of assholes. Because they're showing up. Like, oh, can we say that the Guardians are a part of the Avengers in this movie? Like,
I wouldn't say they're part of the Avengers. I say they work with the Avengers.
Like, imagine if they do in Avengers 4 a 360 shot. Like in the first movie, same music.
With just a shit ton of people?
Yeah. Like, it's a freaking, like, pano. And I don't care if it took 10 minutes. Like, honestly. But, like, the original Avengers do the same, like, thing they did in the first shot. Like, Thor is, like, twirling Mjolnir. Black Widow cocks the pistol. Hawkeye with the arrow. Cap putting the shield on his arm. Iron Man just drops down. Like, and then you get into the new guys.
And then Spider-Man swings in, lands.
Yes, Doctor Strange makes two energy shields. Drax pulls out his knives. Star-Lord twirls the guns. Gamora gets out a sword. I don't know.
And then Rocket, oh yeah.
And then it gets to the end, and it's Groot. It's, I am, or we.
Oh my God.
Groot. And then just charge Thanos, and then
dead.
How are they going to beat him?
I don't know.
Would you be mad if they won in this movie?
No.
You wouldn't be mad if they won?
Because they really won't win. I feel like it'll be like in Skyrim when you fought Alduin the first time. You won the fight, but he's going off to recharge.
For me, okay, different question. Sort of the same thing, though. Would you be mad if he never got all 6?
If he never got it?
Never got the full gauntlet. I'd be pretty pissed off. Like,
well, then,
because they've been building up to this.
Then how would they get it off of him?
Well, they did it in the comics. They did it in the show.
Yeah, but I feel like it's gonna have to be different.
He's gonna have to get all 6 though, because if not, it's like, well, you were just a bitch. You couldn't even get them all. Like, what the hell, dude? I seriously, it doesn't have to end, snap, go to black. But I feel like it needs to end pretty like yikes. What are they gonna do? Like, it's gonna have to be a comeback story, or Captain Marvel shows up right at the end, or Ant-Man and the Wasp show up right at the end. Like, because they're in this movie. So is Hawkeye. Like, where are these people?
I don't know.
Now, the Russo brothers said Captain Marvel's not in this movie. Really? Does post-credit scene count, though?
Does that count as the movie?
Yeah. She's got to be in a post-credit scene, because you got 2 movies coming up in between. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel. And as of late, it's been 2 post-credit scenes. What if it's Howard the Duck?
I would be furious. I'd be so upset. Like, yeah, it was. I tolerated it in Guardians. Fine, whatever. I was still pissed. But if they do it again,
for this, like for Infinity War,
I would be furious.
I'm really interested. Like,
what if they don't have one? And they just leave you on the movie.
I'd be so okay with that for the first time ever. Like, no post-credit scene. if it goes like, cut to black, Thanos will return in Avengers Infinity Gauntlet. No credits. It's just black.
No credits.
Okay, I feel like that's
a
legal.
Credits.
That's a legal thing. Like for the credit for all the people who worked on it, but like, boom, credits leaves us with nothing, and we're just.
I would be okay with that.
I would be okay. For this movie, how big and important the story is, I would be so okay with that. But I would also be okay with like Captain Marvel showing up.
I'd be okay with a lot of things.
Or the Fantastic Four.
What?
It's not
Dude, I saw a picture. I saw a picture on Facebook. Somebody is Reed Richards. You know who it was? You want to take a guess? John Krasinski.
I don't know how I feel about that, honestly.
Have you seen the picture?
No.
Hold on.
Hold. Because he was supposed to play Captain America. He was in the final runnings. Him and Chris Evans and those guys. You see, what's crazy is I actually really liked the cast of the new Fantastic Four movie. The movie was dog shit, but I really liked the cast. I thought the cast was good. With Miles Teller as Reed Richards. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
Grizzled with a beard.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, I'd be down. Hey, I don't care who's playing him. If the Fantastic Four show up, and it wouldn't be this movie. It'd be the end of the next one, like a post-credit scene or something. Because there's no way that, and it wouldn't feel earned. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if they just showed up, it's like, that's really cool. Well, why? Like, why'd they wait this long? Like, if they showed up at the post-credit scenes of the next one, though, that I would be stoked for.
What if the power of the Infinity Stones somehow gave the Fantastic Four their powers?
They're up in space on a spaceship, and you just, this big wave, like, whoosh, and it hits the ship.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it waited so long. Because they just weren't there. They didn't have their powers.
Yeah.
Bam.
Well, I'm okay with them. Like, just... Now, Fantastic Four, it's kind of on the edge. Do you need an origin story or not? Or do you treat it like Spider-Man and Black Panther?
I would say treat it as... I would say treat it as Hulk.
Just like...
Just jump in. I mean... We can get a little bit through dialogue,
yeah,
which is fine. Like if Reed Richards met Tony Stark, and it's like, well, and then
how can he meet him if he's dead?
Okay. Well, let's say he did, and he's not dead. He goes up and he's just talking to him. I'm about to sneeze, and I feel it there. Oh my gosh! Thank you. So he's just, hi, I'm Reed Richards, I'm the one that bought the building.
Well,
it's
got to be them though that bought the Avengers Tower. So they're setting that up.
But then he's like, well, actually, I don't want you to really leave. I would wish to work with you. And then he goes into a little bit of like what's going on, who they are really.
I feel like a perfect after credit scene would be shows New York. After like whatever happens in Infinity War in Part 2, shows New York, shows the Avengers Tower, and like it's being under construction, and it's like you can already tell it's going to be a 4 at the top, and then just cut like.
Or they take that like part of the A just breaks off,
and it turns into a 4. Would that make a
4?
4, I guess so. Yeah, in the back that would be like. Redoing exactly what happened in the first Avengers, though. But I think they're going to be in it eventually. I think because this Fox Disney deal, it hasn't gone through yet. Like it's got to go through government stuff to make sure it's not a monopoly.
Yeah.
I think it will go through though. But when it does, we're going to have X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Avengers, Spider-Man. We're going to have it all.
It's going to be comics on screen. It's just going to be the greatest. It's going to be the GOAT.
There's so much they haven't even scratched the surface of either. Like characters that they own and they have owned, they just haven't really messed with yet. Like Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, put Blade on Netflix. Like the Daredevil universe. Holy shit. Make it dark. make him part of the Defender, like Blade Punisher, like team up series.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Just call it Silver Bullets. Just there you go. That's with werewolves, not vampires.
Yeah, all close.
Well, he could fight werewolves. Like, if we're putting vampires in this universe, we might as well just go all in. Moon Knight. Oh God, I want Moon Knight so bad.
Yeah,
that could again
that'd be cool.
Netflix. Those like kind of like street level darker
Cloak and Dagger.
Well, they got that already.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They got that, and then they have The Runaways that they've just started. I haven't watched any of that yet. Apparently, it's pretty good. I want to see Deadpool show up. Deadpool is so cool because he could just show up. Mm-hmm. You don't have to change Ryan Reynolds. He's so meta that he could pop into the Avengers and be totally self-aware with what's going on. Like, sorry, I was at another studio. You what? No, I mean, I was somewhere else.
It's like, nah, don't worry about it.
Like, he could be so self-aware with it, and that's what's so cool about Deadpool. But everybody else, you recast. Like, and that's how you get a new Wolverine. Mm-hmm. But I want all the X-Men in their fucking costumes. Like, from the animated series. Mm-hmm. Like, Wolverine in the and get a short dude. Like, short and freaking, like,
in the yellow
jacked.
And blue, like, costume?
Yeah. Like, but maybe not yellow blue, but like, you know, what was it, red blue that they did at one point? Or was it like a dark maroon, or just do black and yellow, like those ears, or
kinda, I guess.
It's like eyes into ears. Do like black and yellow, and then, like, you know, Cyclops. Do the straight up like blue with the like belts. Do everything straight, and like bring Nightcrawler back. Dude,
I love Nightcrawler.
The sandbox that Kevin Feige is going to have to play in when this goes through. And now that it's all part of one thing, you know, people are saying, well, we'll only get 3 movies a year because they don't want to, you know, go too, like, rub themselves too thin. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Which makes sense, you know.
But I don't think they will. I think they're going to stick to like 6 movies a year because that's what we're already getting with Fox, with Sony, and Marvel as 3 different studios. They're just taking those properties and putting them under one roof now. Just release the same number. You know what I mean?
But then I think quality will suffer a little bit.
Well, it depends. You have to delegate, you know. Okay, you're the X-Men division. You're the Avengers division. You're the Netflix division. Like, keep it under like different houses, but Kevin Feige still runs the roost. You know what I mean? And, you know, have a freaking. It doesn't even have to be a whole X-Men movie, because, you know, an X-Men movie, like every X-Men without an Avenger showing up would feel weird, because why would every X-Men be there if it wasn't like a world-ending event?
Right.
So, like, just do, like, I don't know, do a Wolverine movie, and what Avenger with Wolverine? Like,
what Avenger?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, or Hulk versus Wolverine. That's how you introduce him in the universe. That's how you introduce him into the universe. You do Hulk versus Wolverine, just like that. That's a good cartoon movie.
It is, yeah. I think Spider-Man could work too, because Wolverine would look down just like a kid, and he's like, "Oh, so cool."
Well, their attitudes are so.
That's why it'd be funny.
Polar opposite. Like,
yeah.
He is like joking and fun, and Wolverine's like, "Fuck you." Like,
literally.
My favorite Wolverine scene is from First Class, when they're looking for mutants and they walk into the bar. Hi, my name is Eric Charles Xavier. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
And then you just walk away.
I love it so much. That would be a big recast, to like recast every X-Men.
But I feel like with the X-Men, it'd be so much easier,
because you could get some no names, like some no name.
Definitely
actors.
Some no names, but a lot of their costumes also have face wear, so it really wouldn't feel like.
So do the Avengers, but they end up losing their mask by the end of the movie.
Exactly. But with the X-Men, you know, they usually have their faces covered by something. So, you know, you could have multiple Cyclopses. Right? And if Wolverine has his mask, you can have...
I, for the longest time, was going Tom Hardy for Wolverine.
Yeah.
But now that he's Venom... Ugh.
I liked Tom Hardy in Warrior.
Yeah.
I don't think Tom Hardy really had much to do when he was Bane. He really didn't do much.
No, but like take that physique, like seriously, like, what they should do when they reboot Wolverine is like, because Hugh Jackman honestly is nothing like the comic book Wolverine. Mm-hmm. No, he's tall, like he's 6'1". Wolverine's like 5'4", like in the comics. So he's really short, and Hugh Jackman's jacked, but like Wolverine is like short and just
stocky.
Dude, he's a freaking like bulldog, and
he's like a Wolverine.
Like if you took the body of Bane
and shrunk it down
and put him in the Wolverine costume, I think it'd be perfect. Like he was just brute, but we didn't see it from Bane really. Like I feel like Tom Hardy would get to shine more as, a Wolverine, but we're seeing him as Venom. So I'm waiting for a second trailer, because the second trailer will be the real, because that was just a teaser.
Yeah, if they don't show Venom in that trailer,
just for a split second, just so we get a quick look at him. Like you don't have to show him like swinging from building to building or anything, or ripping people's heads off,
or even a shadow.
Just to
I
show
would be okay
size.
with a shadow. Yeah, I'd be okay with a shadow.
With a tongue.
Oh. Here's how you do it. You have a shot of a wall in a laboratory, right? You see Tom Hardy's silhouette, kind of just hands right here, and then he just looks up and he starts screaming in pain, right?
And on the shadow, you see what
I was thinking was he opens his mouth, then his jaw just kind of like opens up, teeth come out, and then the tongue starts to like slither out.
Now, would you be okay if they didn't show Venom in the second trailer, but they showed Carnage? And Carnage looks amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because if they do Carnage right, you would think they're doing Venom right. But
then again,
you never know.
What if they had Carnage and he was awesome, just like we all know and love, and then you just have Tom Hardy fighting,
like as a human?
As a human.
Oh my god! Or like, I'm afraid they're gonna pull some stupid shit. Like he's able to control what parts of his body turn into Venom. So like somebody comes towards him and his arm turns into the Venom arm and he punches him and then he goes back to normal. Like some stupid shit like that. Like he's like a transformer. Like it needs to be basically like Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Like he comes out and it's just, he's an anti-hero. He is not good. Like he's killing innocent people, but at the same time, when Carnage is there, that's who he's fighting. And god damn it, if this isn't a part of the MCU and they're not just fucking with us, I hope they're fucking with us. And it's part of the MCU and it's this big reveal. Because if it's not, I'm going to be pissed off and I'm going to be just not interested in this. Because I still, like, because there's people on YouTube that I just can't, I immediately unsubscribe to them. And I'm like, well, it's probably, it means nothing to them. Just like if somebody unsubscribed to us, it's like, all right, well, bye. We have plenty more where that came from. But my thought behind it is like, if you are sitting there saying you're interested in the Venom movie, that's fine. But if you're telling me that Venom as a character is not improved by Spider-Man, you lost me.
Like you don't understand Venom.
You don't understand the source material. Now, if they want to say this is not anything with the source material, this has nothing to do with the source material. This is a complete one-off, like literally one movie, like a complete one-off. It's like, okay, I can get behind that because it's a singular little contained story.
Like nothing else is going to be incorporated, not even Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it's like, Carnage comes from Spider-Man 2.
From his DNA.
Yeah, like it all comes back. Venom gets his powers because the suit was on Spider-Man first. That's why he's able to shoot webs and crawl up walls and has a giant fucking spider on his chest. I don't think they're going to have a spider on his chest in this one. I think he's going to be just all black.
What did they do?
Dude, if they do, I'll be excited for most of the movie because I'm like, oh, well then Spider-Man's got to be here at some point. Because otherwise, that don't make no sense. Now, again, I've been saying this. This is total speculation. I haven't heard. This is a rumor that I'm starting. It's not even a rumor. It's just a theory. Venom comes out in October. Infinity War comes out in 3 weeks. If there is a scene in Infinity War where he gets the black suit, that right there, the speculation, because if he gets the black suit in Infinity War, the speculation between Infinity War and when Venom comes out is going to be off the charts. Like, is it connected? Is it not? What's going to happen? Does he come back to Earth? Is Venom set like a couple years after Infinity War, like when Spider-Man gets back? Like who knows?
Right.
But I think if he has the spider on him, that's when we're like, all right, well, you better pay this off or we're out. Like,
what if? But yeah, what if they have the spider on him, but it just doesn't have anything to do with anything? It's just still the one-off.
You know what I'd be okay with? Completely change the story behind the Venom suit because the Spider-Man that he got the suit from was Miles Morales. I'd be totally okay with that. Like, seriously.
That's how you do it.
Or, you know, but Miles Morales is in the MCU.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Damn it. That
Spider-Gwen. Something else.
Alternate universe.
Something else.
See, that's all I had to say. Alternate.
Miles Morales is
I know. He's about, what, probably like 10 right now? Because, like, you know, he was talking about his, like, little nephew or whatever the Prowler was.
How much older is Peter Parker?
Well, it depends on the comics you read. Because Miles Morales is like 16 and Peter Parker is like almost 30. Or he's like in his mid-20s. So I would say he's probably in like middle school right now.
I was going to say, well, I would, yeah. Is that 10 years old?
Yeah. Now, what if, would you be okay with it? Because I'm on the fence about it. Because the Spider-Man sequel takes place, is supposed to pick up literally minutes after Avengers 4. That's when it happens, like minutes afterwards. That worries me trailer-wise.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to see a trailer for that movie before Avengers 4 comes out because they're so close. And it's kind of like, okay, well, everything's okay. Now, obviously, we won't know. Okay, everything's going to be okay eventually. You know, they're going to beat him. They're going to beat Thanos.
Maybe.
I just don't want to know who we lose along the way. But what if Spider-Man Homecoming 2, whatever it's called, is the setup for Miles Morales? And Spider-Man Homecoming 2 is the last Tom Holland Peter Parker one. So,
I'd be kind of pissed.
Really? Because we would have had Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming, 2 Avengers movies, and Spider-Man Homecoming 2. That's 5 movies that he's in.
Yeah, but I think...
And then you pass the torch to Miles Morales. Because we've had, if you include all those, so 5 plus Raimi trilogy plus the Andrew Garfield, that's 10 movies where we've had Peter Parker as Spider-Man.
But Tom Holland's just different.
Yeah, he is.
Like, I don't even count.
Okay, well, what if, would you be okay with Miles Morales and Peter Parker being Spider-Men together? Like, they're both Spider-Man at the same time. So it's not like...
No.
You wouldn't be okay with that? Like, they're working together?
It would be kind of cool, but I feel like Spider-Man... I feel the same way with Doctor Strange. I feel like we need, more of their movies. Now, when you say solo movie, it's not just going to be them in the movie, because it really can't ignore the other Avengers anymore. But I feel like we need another Spider-Man 2 movie, just like we need another Doctor Strange movie. I feel like, or a Black Panther, 2.
What if they kill Doctor Strange?
If they kill Doctor Strange, I hope they do it right. If they kill anybody, I just hope they do it right and they pay homage.
They pay homage. Yeah, I get that. We know that Marvel doesn't always stick to the comics.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about the comics. Like he doesn't even have to, like with Miles Morales, have Peter Parker die on his front lawn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, it doesn't have to be the second movie, but
eventually,
yeah. They're working together.
Yeah,
like he trains him, brings him up. Because with Tom Holland, he could be Spider-Man for a long time, like a long time, like 10, 15 years, because he's young, and I think that was the genius behind it. But everybody, like a Miles Morales live-action Spider-Man movie, dude, that would make so much money.
Who would play him?
That's I don't know. I can't really think of many, like, 15, 16-year-old African-American actors, really, like, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like, I was maybe thinking, well, he's like, isn't he? He's like African-American and like Latino, like he's like a mix.
Maybe.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, maybe. What about the kid that played in Black Panther, played young Killmonger?
Well, they couldn't use him again.
No, not this.
You know how many people would immediately go, wait a minute. Like,
it's all connected.
Killmonger is Miles Morales. I was thinking the kid from, there's the kid from Stranger Things. He's a pretty good actor. I just don't know many kid actors. Because Miles Morales needs to look even younger than Peter Parker. Like, he needs to be, like, Peter Parker's a kid. This dude needs to be a kid. Like,
yeah.
I'm so intrigued and excited about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I am like super stoked about that. Yeah. That's Christmas. That's coming out in December, and that's an animated movie going to be released in theaters.
When's the last time that happened?
An animated movie released in theaters? A lot.
No, I mean like
as in like a comic book animated movie? Has it like that wasn't like a special one night only thing? Because like Killing Joke was in the theater.
True.
But it was just a one night only thing. This is like a wide release. Like it'll be in the theater for like a run of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever remember like any other cartoon comic book movie being released like that. I would have to look it up.
It is definitely going to be really cool because I love Spider-Man. I love like all the different types. What are you doing?
Stuck between my toes.
All the different types. I would love to see 2099.
Yes,
that'd be awesome.
I hope we see all of them.
Or
Noir.
Yep.
There was that game. What was it? Shattered Dimensions, where you got to play all of the different kinds. You had Ultimate Spider-Man with the black suit. You had the Amazing Spider-Man, obviously. Miles Morales, 2099, Noir. You can even go like Spider-Gwen. Because remember,
Spider-Pig.
Well, you remember what he says at the end? He goes, "So wait, how many of us are there?" And then it's him talking to Peter Parker. It's like, I feel like that's going to be a Peter Parker from a different reality because obviously we see his gravestone. So I think they're going to stick to that origin story, and then Peter Parker shows up. That might even be him who shows up at his grave, like, because remember something like runs by. It's either him or the Prowler from he in Spider-Man: Homecoming, Donald Glover. But Marvel set it up so well with that little Miles Morales tease with Donald Glover. That right there can spawn 6 movies. That one little sentence, and they're setting themselves up. Because here's the thing with that. They could make it or they don't have to.
Yeah.
There's no like, okay, we have to make Miles Morales now. But there's always the possibility because of that line now. And they've done such a good job with stuff like that where they have options, but none of the options, by not doing any of the options, it doesn't hurt them. And it just leaves everything open.
Yeah, because it almost felt like a throwaway line, and the comic book fans picked up on it.
Yeah.
So, but if we never have it, we'd be okay.
Yeah.
Just like as fans, because it's like, well, it's still
out there.
It's still out there. It's not. But what I'm trying to say is, there's always something when you're a comic book fan, when something hasn't happened, but you want it to happen, and there's a certain bliss of it just staying up in the clouds. Like a great one, like who would win in a fight between this person and this person? Stan Lee was on the show with, oh my god, what's that movie about the comic book shop? Do you know what I'm talking about?
You talking about what?
Yeah, it was movie? A TV show. No, it's a TV show.
Comic Book Man?
Comic Book Man. Yeah, Stan Lee was on that show, and they were asking him like, well, who would win in a fight between Thor and Hulk?
Depends on who wrote it. Like,
well, not only that, but Stan Lee was saying something about like, that's what it's about, asking those questions.
Yeah,
and not knowing for certain, and we still don't know for certain.
Yeah, because it could depend on the person who writes that story. Like, somebody could write Thor to be more powerful in that moment. And
right, but I'm not even talking about things that are tangible, like writing a comic book for it. I'm talking about...
I know.
Okay, well...
Where?
Okay, I know you know, but people listening, true believers...
Oh my god. Where's the Stan Lee cameo going to be in Infinity War?
I don't know.
Like... It better, because...
What if he's like a watcher and he actually intervenes? That's how...
He takes the gauntlet off of Thanos. I mean, they obviously have to have one. Like, they have to. But at the same time, I don't want it to, like, pull me out of the movie.
Yeah.
Especially, like if it's in, like, a really intense scene. And then, here's Stan Lee. Yeah, I don't want that. I would be so okay. It's not going to happen, but I would be so okay with him doing the opening narration, like the intro into the movie.
Really?
Like, maybe not this one, but Avengers 4, like the grand culmination, and you just, like, the Marvel logo flaps, and you just hear, "Greetings, true believers and heroes alike," and then. And he just intros the movie, and that's it. That's his cameo. Like, especially, I'm not going to say it. It's bad. Nope, bad juju. Not going to say that. Nope. You know what I'm thinking about.
I think it'd be cool.
Something were to happen to Stan Lee before Avengers 4 comes out.
I was thinking, like, I don't know, you get something like, I was going to say him in a library, but he's already been in a library.
I don't know where he's gonna. I don't know.
Well, I think it would be cool for him to talk to Spider-Man. I know he's done it before
with Tobey Maguire when he.
I know, yeah, but like just
enough said.
Or say something really deep, like when you have something.
What if he gives him the great power, great responsibility speech, like Stan Lee does it?
No, it'd be kind of cheesy.
You know what?
I would still love it so much, though.
He's probably going to be like the bus driver of Peter Parker's school bus right when Thanos' ship comes down.
But, okay, that would be cool.
I'm not saying it'd be cool. I'm just saying, like, something where he could fit and it not be like, that's weird.
But what if he really interacted with one of the characters and he said something like to either Tony or Spider-Man, something about, when we started something about, I can't explain it, but it's like saying something about how far we've come. But just kind of shoehorn, just a little, just throw it in there.
Superheroes in New York? Give me a break.
I don't know. I don't know the exact words I'm trying to think of.
He's in the group shot. Like, Stan Lee just standing there getting ready to go in the big 360 shot around the team. There's so many, because they're starting to piss me off, Marvel. Starting to piss me off with all these goddamn TV spots and movie clips that I'm seeing pop up on my feed, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not watching that. And by the way, if you're watching this or listening to this, if you're like, why haven't you guys reacted to the TV spot? We're not reacting to anything else for Infinity War. It's the first 2 trailers, that's it. And unless it's like a fan-made something, that's it. There's no, like, I give like Tyron Magnus a lot of credit because he watches like everything.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I did that before. I did that with Age of Ultron. Like, I watched every TV spot, every movie clip they came out with, like everything. And then when I went in, obviously I still really liked the movie, but it was like, well, I know where this is going.
Like, you knew what was happening.
I don't even like seeing the goddamn thumbnails come up on my YouTube page because I'm like, no, get out. You know, because there was this, I mean, it literally has no spoilers whatsoever. All it says is, like, Avengers Infinity War. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just...
Oh, you were looking at the computer.
No, I was looking at the microphone thing.
It says, like, Avengers Infinity War New York battle clip. And then the thumbnail is just Iron Man in his Iron Man armor standing there next to some rubble. Even that, I was like, nope. I don't want to even look at it. I immediately, like, press the little thing on the side and say, like, hide this video, hide future videos like this. I don't want to see this shit on my on my feed. Get it out of here. Because how do you want it to open? I hope they just dive right in. Like, Thanos is here. Boom.
Really?
Like,
you just wanted to dive right in?
Like, no foreplay. Like, in, you know, literally, like, because that, we would be right with the characters. Like, holy shit, what is this? What's going on? You know what I mean? Because it's something that gets me giddy. It's really goofy in the second trailer. Is Tony saying Thanos?
Right.
We've never heard him even. Well, he doesn't know who that is yet. Just hearing him say, "We have what Thanos wants." It's like Tony's aware that there's a guy named Thanos, big giant purple dude, and he's coming to wreck shop. I hope that it just. Obviously, I think it's probably going to open with Thor's ship.
When he's trying to make Stormbreaker.
No, like Thor with the Asgardians right at the end of Ragnarok when Thanos' ship shows up.
Oh.
I think that's what it's going to start with. Like that scene in the trailer where it's like Loki giving him the Tesseract. He's got Thor by the head.
Oh,
that's the opening.
Oh my god!
Like they start like whole and they kill Loki.
Loki's dead from the get go. Oh man!
Like, what a precedent that would set, though.
I don't know if starting it with a Loki death would be okay.
Why?
I would still be all into it, and I'd be okay, but it would just be so heavy from the get-go.
Exactly. Could you imagine? Like, seriously, like, that would immediately, for people who aren't, you know, steeped, who are, like, casuals, go see this movie. Boom. You show them how powerful Thanos is right off the get-go. Like, he shows up, he kills every Asgardian on that ship. Like, wipes them out with the snap of his fingers. I bet you he already has the Power Stone from Xandar.
Yeah.
Shows up, wipes those fools out with the Power Stone. Sees Thor. Like, I just want to see, like, Thanos talking to the Avengers. Like, talking to Thor. Like, palming him by the head. Like, he's going to pop his head off. With the Tesseract in the other hand, and the Black Order surrounding Loki, crushes the Tesseract to get the stone out, puts it in, and then looks at the Black Order and just turns his back and says, "So be it." Boom! They kill Loki. Just
man, I would want Thanos to kill him though.
No, here's what I would love: Black Order kills Loki. He's not trying to hurt Thor. He's making Thor watch.
Dude,
makes Thor watch.
Like when he's turning his head, he's trying to get him to watch Loki die. Oh my god!
And you know, like he's
that just made me really sad.
He has to, you know, he has to have his final words with Loki, and you know, Loki's like, "We played together.
No, fuck you. Get out of here.
We were raised together. We fought together.
I can't do it.
Would you cry?
Yeah, I'd cry.
Because Loki really has slowly had a change of heart. Thor Ragnarok, he did have a change of heart at the end.
Yeah.
And he didn't backstab Thor at the end of Thor Ragnarok. Because he was even like, we're going to Earth. Are you sure that's a good idea? Like, sure, people of Earth love me. Right, let me rephrase that. I think it's a good idea for that. I get Earth. Well, don't worry. You're going to die anyway in like 5 minutes. What I love watching that scene now is Loki knows exactly what that ship is. And they probably, because remember, there's no corner of the galaxy where you can hide. They found Loki. Like, they've been looking for Loki, and they found Loki. And he just so happens to have the Tesseract with him. And he's going to think, oh, well, he'll spare us. I give him this. Nope. Not going down that way.
That's Loki's plan with Thor. Like, he'll spare us as long as he gets what he wants. And then Black Order comes in, roughs him up a bit.
Just making Thor watch.
That messes me up. Like, that's starting to mess with me a little bit. That's messed up.
You imagine,
that'd be awesome,
imagine how in we'd be, like, immediately, like, with Thanos, like, oh, my God.
What if it was like this? What if we didn't see what happened to Loki? We just see Thor's reaction to it. And just the crying, oh my God.
I'm so ready for this movie. Like, I feel like, how does that scene with Cap grabbing the gauntlet end not horrible?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does that not end with Cap just biting it 5 seconds after that? And I love that scene, though, in the trailer, just because Thanos has this look on his face, almost like, like, I'll be damned. Like, not bad.
It's like, you're strong.
You have heart. And he turns Cap against the Avengers.
And then the Avengers kill him.
No, Tony. like Steve.
It's like, what are you prepared to do?
And Steve is just able to like.
What if Bucky has to kill Cap?
Or like Steve is just able to like regain himself for just a second. It's like Buck.
Do it.
Finish it.
Finish the fight. Oh my God.
And it's like, I'm with you till the end of the line, and just stabs him. Like,
I think we're going off the rails.
We are going really off the rails because nothing like that's gonna happen. Like, they're not gonna have an Avenger kill another Avenger.
True.
Could you imagine though? Like, like on accident, like something like that, or would that be a repeating like Civil War?
Yeah.
Like, the only thing I could see Avenger killing another Avenger is, like, seriously, Vision dies, Thanos throws him at the feet of Wanda, and Wanda has an Age of Ultron moment where she just loses her shit and ends up killing, like, somebody near her that she didn't mean to. Like she didn't control herself, and just, and, like, it's Hawkeye. Like... And then, like, every death, like, emotionally affects something else in the movie, and it's just this plinko game of horrible. Like, how does this movie end well?
It's not. There's no way it can.
I don't want it to, and that's weird. It's so morbid to say that, but I don't want it to.
I don't want them to lose, but I know they have to.
I don't want them to lose, and I don't want any of them to die, but I want this movie to literally hit us like a slab of bricks. Because if this is just nobody dies and it's triumphant, it's like, okay, well, that's basically the same thing that just happened in the last two Avengers movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't wait. I'm so excited for this movie, and it's been 10 years leading to this one moment when we're sitting in the theater and the Marvel logo flaps up there. I don't even know I don't understand what my body's going to be going through at that time.
Yeah, I don't think I want to sit next to you.
I remember you saying, you're like, I don't want to sit next to you. Like,
the noises that's going to come out of your face.
What if it ends up flip-flopping? Like, you're the one, like...
then that's fine.
Oh, is that okay? Like,
then deal with it.
Like, Loki gets killed right in front of Thor, and Thor has to watch. Like, I feel like you wouldn't just sit there like, well, okay. I'm okay with this. Like, no. I feel like it would go right from that to probably New York. Like, Thor to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how does how does Banner end up in the Sanctum? How does Tony end up in the Sanctum with Doctor Strange and Wong? And oh my god! And Spider-Man's riding the bus.
Your veins popping out of your face.
I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's the biggest excitement for this movie. We have no idea how this is gonna play out. Apparently, some people do. They've already seen it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe they've seen it.
Maybe. We don't know for sure.
Either way, this movie, I can't. I'm just at a loss for words.
Yeah, and it's scaring me. Just because I don't want any of this movie to be a letdown.
I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be either. But it's scary. It's almost scaring me how hyped we are for it, because whether we say we want to or not, we keep building the bar higher and higher and higher.
Like in our own heads.
Yeah. So, like, if it doesn't open up with Thanos killing Loki and Cap getting his head ripped off, and like, obviously it's a PG-13 movie. They're not gonna, like, go off. What if, like, it was rated R?
Like, at the last second, they just flip it to R.
Well, like, they have a cut. Like, they already have a cut ready for that. Like, Cap's head just whoosh, like, he's like, snaps his neck.
That would jar me so hard.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, I would just be a mess. Or, I do think, for some reason, I think Tony might die in this one. I don't know how. But
Maybe.
That scene in the trailer, when it's Tony and his armor looks like shit, and he looks like he's been crying, meaning some other Avengers have already probably been killed, and it's Thanos talking to him, and he says, I hope they remember you. Oh my god, I'm loving Thanos so much, because none of this is personal for Thanos. This is just a job. Like, there's too much life in this universe, it's unbalanced, it's time to balance shit. I'm going to kill off half the life in the universe with a snap of my fingers. And he admires Cap's gall. He admires Tony's, bravery at the end. And he just says, I hope they remember you. Whoever's left on Earth, I hope they remember you and what you did. You valiant effort, but it wasn't enough. Like, I'm gonna have to see that movie literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, we cannot do that movie review after one showing.
No, there's no way.
We have to see it more than once. Like, we have to. Like, we'll do our Stardust reaction, and it's probably already gonna be a 5. Like, I'm just telling. Like, even if it was total dog shit, which it's not gonna be total dog shit. We're gonna come out of that movie. We came out of Batman vs. Superman saying it was the greatest comic book movie ever made the first time we saw it. So, you're like, yeah, we did, didn't we?
Those words didn't taste good.
But that's just, like, we've learned that we come off a high when we go see movies. You know what I mean?
Right. We just get on this high, especially with Marvel movies.
Yeah, Marvel movies especially, like, and that's not saying the Marvel movies are not good and really good, because obviously they are, and obviously we really like them, but I think we, like, if we would give a score on opening night of a Marvel movie, it would be like handicapped +1 already.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it really is, +1. So, like, we'll give Infinity War an 11 out of 10. Like, when it's really just a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, when it's only a 10.
We're not even thinking about Avengers 4, really, though.
No,
which is a good thing, but like that's right around the corner. It's the next Avengers. It's next
close.
year. You know, we're gonna have Captain Marvel and Ant-Man in between that, but it's the next Avengers movie. It's gonna because everybody's like, this is the culmination. Really, that's the culmination. Like Avengers 4 is the finale of all finales.
End all be all.
Exactly. It's the end of phase
Alpha and Omega.
It's the end of phase 3. And with all the set photos and stuff, like they're back in time. They're back at the Battle of New York. What's going on? Like there's World War II. Somebody was like, there's a theory like if Cap dies in this one, and they go back in time to World War II and get him out of World War II. Like they pull him from there.
Oh.
So it's like Cap starting over almost. That'd be a, and that's how you keep him going, and you could keep Cap as a character in the MCU without killing him off completely.
And he can still lead.
Yes.
Interesting.
Like, but who do you really like? Seriously, who do you really think is gone for good? Like, gone for good. After Avengers 4, we will never see them in the MCU again. Will there be anybody? I feel like there has to be.
I think Tony.
Tony's the obvious one. I think Thor could keep going, possibly,
Yeah.
unless something crazy. Oh, that would be.
I think Thor.
That would mess you up.
I think Thor could settle as a king and rule.
That would mess you up so hard if they killed Thor. That would mess me up too. But like, you would be.
I'd be a mess.
I think Loki is gone after Avengers 3 or 4, whichever one they do. I could see some of the Guardians, not all of them, but some of them, like Drax.
I could see Drax dying.
Just doing something stupid. Like,
no, not stupid.
Brave.
Yeah.
Spare me your foul gaze, woman.
Yeah, I could see him killing himself.
Not killing himself.
Not really that, but like wanting to see his family again.
Yeah, and Nebula's gone. I feel like.
Oh, she's done.
She's done. I'll be unhappy if they do what they did in the comics. It made sense in the comics, but because in the comics, Nebula was the one who got the gauntlet off of Thanos. I'd be like, that wouldn't pay off.
No, not
because
really.
we haven't earned that with her character yet. Like to be that heroic moment, like it would have to be like Cap, Tony, or Thor, in my opinion. To if that's the way they were going to go with it, like someone gets the gauntlet off of him. It's got to be one of those three.
I think the time that he could do it is when Cap is holding the gauntlet, and then he just basically does a hip toss and just pulls the gauntlet off.
And then he kills Cap and takes it back like immediately, or Cap puts it on.
Fuck that! All right.
I'm just there's so much. We need to really stop speculating because we're doing it again.
Yeah.
Where we're building a script in our heads. But I feel like every time we do that, every time we build a script in our heads,
it's always better.
Yeah, it's like whatever happens on the screen, we're like, well, we didn't think of that.
Like whatever. That's why I love the Marvel movies. And I said this before, and I don't know if I said it in a video or just us shooting the breeze, but whatever we think of, Marvel's already thought about it and thought past it. Like there are some movies when we watched Pacific Rim.
What?
Pacific Rim 2 is what I'm trying to say. I thought I could have wrote that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you and I sat down and wrote that movie, that's what it would have been.
Exactly.
We could never attempt to write an MCU script.
We could do maybe like a short film, like 10 minutes.
If that.
Because it would just be a scene.
If that.
Because we're able to like come up with cool ideas for scenes.
Yeah, but
then like mix all the dialogue in. Like all of our dialogue would be callback dialogue. Exactly. Like what I said, like if Loki's dying, it's like, we were raised together. We played together. We fought together.
Yeah, but with the Marvel movies, there's not a single movie I thought I could have written something with it.
And that's what I love about Marvel is because we always think we have the one-up on Marvel, like because we were talking about the Snap like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're talking about the snap, like, all this stuff, and Marvel's like, you think you know more than us? We're gonna put it in our goddamn trailer. Like, we're gonna talk about it in the trailer. We know, like, this is our shit, man. We know what we're doing. And
like you think Marvel watched our video and be like,
yeah, I'm sure, or they read their own goddamn comic book. Like, if you can't talk about the snap in the trailer, set that shit up and not have it pay off. Like, I did kind of like, I would like it better if it just snap went to black, but I did like your idea where it was like, that's how the second movie starts. Like, starts with the snap. It's like, say what? Like, like, what are we doing here? But you got to pay that off somehow, and that's my biggest takeaway, and that's what we'll end with. This needs to pay off.
Oh, it's going to pay off and pay forward, I feel like.
Everything that's been set up in this entire universe for 10 years needs to pay off in these next 2 movies.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to just pay it off. I think it's going to pay it forward.
Always forward.
Forward always.
Yep, that's a good way to end it.
All right. Well, guys, that was episode 11 of On Your Left podcast with Iconic Comic. Sorry, when I talk for a while, it just... Anyway. Yep. Episode 11. We're excited for Infinity War and everything else to come. Before we end this, make sure you guys go over to tblocks.com. We talked about them in the beginning. It's a really cool geek t-shirt subscription service. You can go on, pick your interests, and they will send you a really dope shirt. If you use our code IconicTBX, you'll save 10% off of your order.
And did we talk about Stardust?
Not in the beginning.
We just talked about it in the middle a little bit. We'll talk about it again. Make sure you get the Stardust app. Follow us at Iconic Comic. You'll see our reactions when we walk out of the theater to our favorite movies when we go see them, or our not so favorite movies sometimes. But you'll see our reactions when we walk out of the theater to that on the Stardust app. Also, guys, we are creeping on 9,500 subscribers right now.
Wait, so what's the number? Well, hold on.
About like 9,436, maybe.
Really? You want to quote that right now?
Maybe. Wouldn't that be some shit?
9,433.
Ooh, I was close. But we're creeping on 9,500. We're getting really close to 10,000. That's we are trying to get to 10,000 before the release of Infinity War. So make sure,
friends.
Tell your friends, tell everyone about this channel. Post it on your Facebook page. Get people to subscribe. Do what you need to do. And if you want to help support the channel, make sure you go over to our Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff over there where you can help support the channel and get some cool rewards as well.
All right, and make sure you guys stay tuned.
And make sure you on YouTube.
Oh, you're right. Man, I am messing up the ending here. Make sure you guys like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe
so that you don't miss anything from this channel, podcast, or YouTube channel. So make sure you guys stay tuned.
Stay iconic.
And cue music.
Holy Grail.